All right, we are back. We have assembled for two of the best fandoms out there. This is MarvWars. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the brand new MarvWars. This is where Marvel and Star Wars fans unite. We are back, kind of combined, assembled, like I said, to bring you all the good Marvel content, all the good Star Wars stuff, all in one show. So I am one of your hosts, Joey. Of course, I'm joined by Courtney and Ray, new to the network, but
new guy here. Yes, sort of.
What's up,
maybe.
Everybody?
Yeah,
sort of, maybe.
What's up is Comic-Con just happened, just past weekend. Could be a lot of stuff. Could be not enough stuff, depending what side of the fandom you're on. I've heard different things.
Absolutely. There's definitely a conversation to be had, and that's why we are here just a few days after San Diego Comic-Con and of course the big Marvel Hall H panel. So before we get to some of that, I just want to remind you guys that this is the brand new combined Marvel and Star Wars show for Walt's Department Productions. I would like to do a kind of a special shout out for longtime listeners of the show. Shout out to the original Marvel tribe, Chris, Brown, Sean, and David Van Hook, who started this when they were kind of easing away from the D-cast and kind of branched out. They're big Marvel fans, and then brought it to Walt's apartment when Sean did that. And then throughout the years, they eventually kind of reformed into just the tribe when Sam joined the show, number one Namor fan. And of course, Lou Knight, big Moon Knight fan. So life happened. So we've kind of put some of the Marvel stuff to the side for a little bit while there's no news or not much news like there was in the past. And also a big shout out to Amber and Jade, also who hosted Knights of the Rogue Republic. That was our Star Wars show. They would do weekly recaps of the Disney Plus shows and movies. They're kind enough to let me join. And then again, once life got really busy, they decided to take a break. And then Courtney stepped in for a little bit, but then we lost some Star Wars content for a while. So we were trying to do at least a show once a month, and it just
it's kind of a weird time right now, right? Where there's announcements and there's stuff we're looking forward to, but no pressing news exactly right now. So
right,
absolutely. So, but as 2026 comes, we knew Doomsday was coming, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and the whole just slate of Marvel films. As long as kind of like a restructure of Lucasfilm and Star Wars, we had Mando Grogu. Craig came on and talked about that with us on the live. Also, we all share mutual friends, Richard and Sarah Woloski from Skywalker to Neverland, who you teamed up with for Starlight Foundation, Children's Foundation. So
they were a big instrumental part of helping us hit the over $20,000 mark that we were shooting for. So big shout out to them.
Yeah, wonderful day.
Mm-hmm. So we're all destined to eventually team up. So
well, Sean's always said, hey, he's like, you love Star Wars, you love Marvel. This guy Joey, he's on my pod. Like, you guys, I don't know half the stuff you're talking about, but you guys can go on forever. So I'm like, all right, let's hook up. Here we are.
Exactly.
Here we are.
And we had you on the live, and it's like meant to be. And Courtney, I mean, we nerd out together as a couple, so we talk about this stuff even when we're not recording.
It's funny. My wife Kristen, she. We met in 2012, and me being the videophile I am, she was always the outgoing, let's go out and do something. I'm more the homebody. I don't mind doing stuff, but like I'm more of a let's sit down and watch Netflix, right? Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
But so I introduced her into all these things, all like Game of Thrones. She'd seen Star Wars, but like she hasn't seen Star Wars with me. And then, all the Marvel stuff, she got into it. And even now she's like, little confused as to what's going on with the multiverse stuff. I imagine a lot of casual fans are. But just seeing her progression in Genesis into that kind of flow, every once in a while she'll throw out a quote and I'll be like, damn, like, yeah. Every once in a while she'll throw me something like, I fixed the blinds on our window blinds the other day, and she sent me the gif of Steve Rogers in holding Bucky's chopper down with his muscles all flexing in Winter Soldier. I was like, yes, that's my girl. I've got you now. So yeah, she's coming along.
Very cool. And I like I said with Courtney, I mean, I think she does a Marvel rewatch at least once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking
I have it on a
TV.
Yeah, I have it on a loop where it just constantly plays in chronological release order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like every time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say there might be little naps in there here and there, but
yeah. But I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I know once we had you on the live and we were just bantering all shows, Sean's like, okay, we got to get a Marvel and Star Wars back, and just happy you said yes, man. So
yeah, of course. I now to be fair and to a little bit lower the audience expectations on this. Like I was into comics in the 80s, and I want to say early to mid 90s. Anything since then, probably not my area of expertise. But I still have opinions. I'd love to share them because a lot of these characters haven't been a whole lot of new introduced characters since then. There's been some, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But a lot of these older storylines and older, Secret Wars, the Infinity Saga, all that kind of stuff is right in my wheelhouse.
Perfect. It's a good time to be in all that.
Perfect, because for me, I've only seen the movies and the TV shows, so.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yes.
But and I do want to let our listeners know too that I know, like I said, the tribe was very, very dear to David's heart and Chris, something they started together. So Sean did ask him, was like, are you cool with this? He's like, yeah, absolutely, man. Keep going. As long as I can come back once in a while. We're like, dude.
Oh, 100%. Bring those OGs in. Bring them in.
Exactly. So
yeah, like I said, I don't purport to be the end all be all know all. I'm willing to learn stuff. I'm willing to share my opinions, and I just know where I'm coming from. And if someone else can relate to that, cool. If not, learn something. I'll learn something, and we'll all just roll on together, man.
Yeah, perfect. And kind of good big segue before we start talking to the about the San Diego Comic-Con news. I figured we'd do kind of like a little reintroduction into like our fandom in Marvel and Star Wars. And so I figure we'll start with, ladies first. Courtney, little bit of your background.
My background is I like to watch TV and movies. I am a big movie fan. Yeah, I'll basically almost watch everything. I'm not a big horror fan, so I don't really watch that, but I will watch most stuff. And with Marvel, it all started with, it did not start with Iron Man 1. I think it started with Iron Man 2 with Marvel. I was at a friend's house and he kind of bootlegged it, and they always did movie nights, and it was Iron Man 2. And then I went back and watched Iron Man 1 and the Hulk, because those were already out before Iron Man 2. And so, yeah, that was my foray into Marvel. And then also I've seen all of everything. Like I said, I have it on playing on repeat. Star Wars, I was in middle school and I saw it for the first time on VHS. My dad had the first original trilogy on the 1995 VHS tapes in our like the kids' video room / playroom that we called it. So the kids is just me and my sister. Sister, not really a Star Wars fan, but she tolerates it now because we have a bunch of friends who love Star Wars. But I was all in it, would just put it on, watch the trilogy all the way through. I would have a marathon every time. And then I did make sister and best friends go to the midnight showings of all of them. I don't think I saw Phantom Menace in the theater, but my cousin loved Jar Jar Binks so much that we have Phantom Menace on VHS, playing over and over and over again. But then the rest of them, everything else was in the theater. Yeah. So that was my foray. My foray into I told the story on Skywalking Through Neverland. My real foray into Star Wars was Star Tours at Disneyland. That's the first time I ever heard of Star Wars anything. It was Star Tours at Disneyland. And the Ewoks scared me, but now I love the Ewoks. But the Ewoks were scary if you just saw them in the like seatbelt video. I had no idea what was going on. It was before I was like actually watching the movie. So yeah,
they were gonna eat Han Solo over a spit.
Yeah. No, right?
I'm like that validates. They are murder
teddies. Yeah.
But yeah, that was my real foray into Star Wars was Star Tours. So
especially if you saw the battle for Endor, and those were like really cracky looking Ewoks.
Yeah,
that one.
Production quality was not the same.
Yeah, and also you're a big Marvel and Star Wars fashionista too. So.
Oh yeah, I love her universe. I basically own everything that her universe put out. So, but also, I started watching even before you know what, now that I think about it, it wasn't Iron Man 2. It was X-Men movies in the 2000s that got me. Honestly, those 2000 like X-Men trilogy, because I fell in love with like Anna Paquin as Rogue and just all those characters. So X-Men was really my first like real Marvel, but like MCU Marvel was Iron Man 2. Yeah,
that's cool.
Okay, now I'm done.
Craig, the new guy.
The new guy. You said there's no time limit on this, right?
No. We can go.
No. So yeah, I'm Craig. Born in 73. I was 4 years old in 77. Well, not even 4 years old. I was born in August. So in May, not quite 4 years old, my grandpa took me to see Star Wars in the theaters somewhere in the San Fernando Valley, Southern California. And I have flashes of moments, not obviously at 3, almost 4. My memory is not that great, but I have flashes of standing outside the theater. There's tan wall going by, lines of people, right? As it was with almost everywhere. And the one scene I remember from the movie itself was the cantina scene, Obi-Wan cutting off Ponda Baba's arm. And it was bloody stump on this tiny wafer checker floor, right? And that's seared into my memory as a 3-year-old. I could vaguely remember Hardware Wars, Augie Ben Doggy. You know, I can remember growing up with it. And from then, every year, I remember we got the action figure coupons because Kenner couldn't make enough toys at the beginning. So we got some of those. I remember having the Darth Vader action figure collector box. It was the shape of a Vader silhouette and shoulders. Got some of those. I got a picture of me in my horrendous 81 haircut in a Christmas sweater getting an AT-AT. By the way, it's AT-AT, not AT-AT. Fight me. Bring it on. Tell us in the comments, are you team AT-AT or AT-AT? I'll know your generation by your answer.
I'm definitely AT-AT.
I am AT-AT.
But so I got a picture of that, and Jedi bed sheets, the whole nine, right? So going into high school and junior high, when I met Sean in 86 through 88, or I met him in 86, you know, it wasn't cool to like geek stuff back then. Yeah, I don't know if your audience knows that or not. Some of your old heads, maybe.
Well, I was 0. I was born in 86, so.
Okay. It was not cool. So, you know, Stranger Things is kind of right. The Eddie Munsons, the Hellfire D&D Club, the guys that wore Loud and Proud. I like Star Wars and comics, and I can even remember looking at those guys going, that's bold. You know, they're just wearing it out and proud, right? So the pop culture zeitgeist has come a long way, and everything's so much more accepted now. It's so much more mainstream. But anyways, fast forward to 97, I saw the re-release of the special editions at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood. And my fandom hadn't lessened. I was always such a huge fan. Come 98, September of 98, Phantom Menace trailers dropped. Right. And this is however many years past Return of the Jedi. Star Wars has been in this big ass drought, right? So everyone chomping at the bit. I remember logging on to the iTunes or iMovies trailer website and with a 33.6 baud modem, and I clicked on the trailer download, and it said like 17 days, right, to download this thing. So I closed my computer, and I was part of an AOL chat room. Yeah, ASL. Anybody?
Yeah.
AOL,
You got
Y'all
mail.
remember that, right? Yeah, ASL.
Mhm.
Chat. Hey, chat. So I was part of this AOL Star Wars chat room, and I met these two girls named Becky and Angie, as well as Matt and Tom Hodges, who y'all know as
Tom
a
Hodges.
Star Wars artist now.
Yeah.
I knew him when, back in
Wow,
'98.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And that's how we met Tom. And so Angie and Becky told me about this site called countingdown.com. Now, what
Mhm.
Counting Down did was they were like, hey, guess what, guys? We're going to line up for 4 weeks for Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace at the Chinese Theater. And if you come to Universal City Walk if you want to find out what's what. I'm like, there's no friggin' way, right? But I was close enough, so I'm like, you know what? I'll go down and see what these guys are about. Went to Universal City Walk, met the guy, met a bunch of people, and they were like, yeah, here's what we're doing. This is legit. This is what's going down. I'm like, okay, I got to be a part of this somehow. I don't know how much time I'm going to put online, but and what they were doing is stand-a-thon style. You remember jogathons, walkathons? You get your parents to sponsor you $1 per lap, 5 cents per lap, whatever it is, right? Well, this was going to be stand-a-thon style. You would go to your family, friends, whatever, and say, hey, sponsor me X amount per hour in line, which I did, and ended up getting a couple $100 sponsored, and waited in line, and we were there, and it ended up being for 6 weeks outside of the Mann's Chinese Theater at the time, Mann's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. Met lifelong friends till I have to this day. After that line ended, good or for ill, say what you will about the prequels. Some hated it, some loved it, some were indifferent. Those of us that were in the line said, you know what? This is an awesome experience. And we went to Lincoln, and the guys that ran Counting Down, hey, you going to do it again for episodes 2 and 3? They didn't. They ended up selling their site to DreamWorks for a bag. Respect that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Counting Down got sold to DreamWorks. But those of us that were in the line, not the guys at the head of Counting Down, but those of us in the line were like, dude, we had fun. That was freaking amazing hanging out.
Mhm.
So we formed liningup.net. And we have been doing every single Star Wars movie that has premiered at the Chinese Theater, exception of 2005, Revenge of the Sith, wasn't playing at the Chinese. Different story. But we've done every single event at the Chinese Theater for the Starlight Children's Foundation, and we have raised tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands, if not over $100,000 since then.
Mhm.
So you could say my Star Wars fandom runs deep.
Yes.
And as far as Marvel goes, again, back in the 80s and 90s, collected Marvel comics. The Infinity Saga, for as different as it was in the MCU, the core of what it was still there, and what the MCU did with it, while drastically different, freaking amazing. And I have not seen a saga span that much time and stick the landing. Definitely not Game of Thrones.
No.
But
No, that was a disappointment for sure.
yeah. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. And on to you, Joey.
Cool, man.
Everybody knows Joey. Everybody knows Joey.
Yeah, he can't stop talking. And I'm talking like in the third person for the first time ever. It's weird. No,
It doesn't matter what you think. The Rock says it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So of course, my love, I grew up with Disney and Star Wars. I was born in 78, the year after Star Wars, Not a New Hope, was released. And
Bonus points.
yeah. Side tangent. We do a lot of side tangents here. That I've hosted many pub trivias, and of course, I would do Star Wars, and my Star Wars and Disney trivia seem to be a little bit harder because I'm thinking, oh no, that's too easy. Then I'll ask questions to just random people, and they're like, I have no idea. But anyways, so one of my questions was, A New Hope was actually was originally had a different name. What was it? Just kind of like, and nobody got it right. I think except Alex, one of our co-hosts on DU. He was the only one.
Oh dear.
And he's like, I just guessed. I'm like, no, you're right though. It was just Star Wars. Anyways, I think then by the time Empire came out, my parents took me to the theater, but I was still too small to pretty much remember it. So I do remember seeing Return of the Jedi in the theater, and well, backtrack a little bit. I still remember to this day the first day I saw New Hope, and it was when it premiered on HBO. And like you said, I just remember little bits and clips and here, but I remember we had Chinese food for dinner before it premiered, and then I put the pillow, I sat in front of the TV, and I was just glued. Of course, remembering R2D2 and C3PO, the cantina with all the aliens, and just random stuff, most like the trench run and X-wings and stuff. And the music at a young age, it really got to me. And which Courtney knows.
Speaking of music, that whole the OG HBO opening, that and it goes through that little miniature city and off. That sticks with me too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I remember watching it then again, fast forwarding to seeing Return of the Jedi. And then I seen the crawl on the big screen for the first time stuck with me. Seeing Luke ignite a green lightsaber, something totally different from the first two movies. And that, and Courtney knows this, like to the day, my favorite is the green lightsaber. And there's so many cool ones, but I mean, that's another show. We can just have a lightsaber 101 episode. And the Ewoks stood out. So of course, that was the end of the saga. We had the 2 Ewok movies, and then nothing, the dark times, as us old folks say. And then when Star Tours opened, again, that was a little reintroduction, like, yes, finally the Star Wars, and you're writing in it. And this was before Suncoast opened. So this was the only place you could buy Star Wars merchandise, was at the Star Trader. And then, then eventually Suncoast came. But then also, and I'm going to kind of cross mix here, around the mid 80s, I was introduced to like Marvel through the Spider-Man TV show, the live action TV show, I believe. And then the cartoon, my first Marvel movie, Howard the Duck, the original Marvel movie. Love that. Then when I first saw that, rewatched it as an adult one time, I'm like, whoa, I should not have watched this as a kid.
A little inappropriate at some points. Yeah.
And but then still love Star Wars. Had the multiple copies of the VHS, has a lot of hardcore. Every re-release we'd always buy the whatever it was, and then the Costco one, and then the THX one, and then the special editions came out. So then the special editions and the letterbox, because only nerds like the letterbox, and
silver box for life.
Exactly. Not the gold, always silver.
Yeah, I remember I had the Fox issue with the making of 4th cassette, and like I said, the THX remaster, all that stuff.
Every little thing. So just grew up loving, and just film in general, and of course, there was all the different Marvel, independent studio Marvel movies like Blade and X-Men, the X-Men trilogy. Like to this day, Blade, I could watch Blade 2, which was my introduction to Guillermo del Toro. Just like, So, got into the movies, and then would read comics here and there, Star Wars, and a lot of Tales of the Jedi. I lived in Oregon, so I pretty much lived in the backyard of Dark Horse in the heyday of their Star Wars comics, and so always kind of getting a chance to meet some of the artists and stuff. But I'm known in my Mandalorian podcast as the unapologetic Star Wars fan. So yes, first of all, yes, I did love the special edition. Favorite one's Empire. It has the best added scenes in my opinion. But fans of the prequels, and I always tell people like
Mhm.
nobody that I knew, and I remember like opening nights and everything of all the prequels, especially the first one. Nobody was bashing the Phantom Menace until after the fourth and fifth views. It seemed like once they were able to
Okay.
nitpick a little bit more, because I remember just every publication had it like graded an A or higher, like
Uh-huh.
nothing was less than an A minus. Um,
Yeah.
but
I
then
do have
and
some
like you
different
said,
memories of that.
oh yeah, well
Yeah,
this was in Portland. I was in a little smaller area, but what was it? And like you said, in high school and even junior high, you could count all the Star Wars fans and even like comic fans on one hand in your entire high school.
Yeah.
And it felt like that,
Yeah.
and I think that's why I love Fanboys so much. The movie leading
Mhm.
up to the Phantom Menace, classic, great movie because you
Mhm.
can. Oh yeah, those three people, those are the nerds, the Star Wars
Yeah,
nerds, or the
I
Marvel
know
nerds.
I know who those 3 guys are in my school. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and
Well,
I was one of them.
I went to high school in the 2000s, and
Mhm.
so I graduated in '04, and I also went to a performing arts high school.
Okay.
So it really didn't matter whether you like Star Wars or not. Just people were out
True.
there all anyway.
The
So
funny thing is, Sean and I were in band. It's weird, the hierarchies of what people consider nerdy. Like, we were in band, and I can remember looking at some of these people going, "Really?" It's like, but I'm a band guy. Who are you? Who am I to,
right.
Yeah,
now all those tropes are whatever. So
Mhm.
well,
for the most part,
and
yeah.
and even before the acquisition, the Disney or the Lucasfilm Disney acquisition, there was a
Mhm.
time, even as early as the early to mid 2000s, where you would walk by somebody wearing a Star Wars T-shirt, and you'd be like, you're one of them, because then all
Mhm.
of a sudden now they're everywhere. We got a Star Wars land. We got everybody's
Yeah.
dressed and bounding in Star Wars, which I enjoy, but I do remember the time that you see the one or two people wearing a Star Wars shirt at Disneyland, and they're like, okay, they're a real one. So,
Yeah, now
and
everything's made to appear vintage, right? It's all faded and made to look distressed and everything. It's like, come on, bro.
yeah,
I got receipts.
yeah, exactly. I got holes and receipts in my.
Mhm.
But I mean, this is definitely a continued conversation we can probably have
Yeah,
throughout
that's
the
just the
stretch of this. I
intros,
just
man.
wanted to give some people some re-intro that you are listening to some legit Star Wars and Marvel nerds here. So, and
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't really going to play any videos. I know we sometimes we'll play some break videos, but we'll just go full in here. So this past weekend, as of was it the 24th, 25th of
Mhm.
July, we
The
had San Diego
25th
Comic
was
Con.
Saturday. Mhm.
Yeah. So and then the Marvel. So we were teased before the Marvel panel. Marvel had the little section here, and they had the what was it, the Lavania witch, which
They
was
had a
the Doom.
Lothian witch, but they also had Doctor
Mhm.
Doom. They also had, I think Doctor Doom was out all weekend. I know they switched places at one point, but I don't know if he was such a surprise. But they also had all the costumes. So there was some X-Men costumes. There was some, Thunderbolt costumes out. So they had costumes out.
Mhm.
Cyclops, but the big thing was the witch costume, because the
Yes,
following day she was a different color. So
she was.
of course it was green. I'm trying to get a photo here, but Marvel had a busy Twitter feed going on this weekend,
she
so
was
it's taking me.
Yeah.
yeah. So she was green on preview night, which is Wednesday night. Then on Thursday she was yellow, and then on Friday she was purple, and then Saturday it was Doctor Doom. Like she was gone. She was gone.
Yeah, and I
And
think
then when she came
and
back
people.
on Sunday, she was in her green costume again, and she was in front of Doctor Doom.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people were even saying it was they thought the second day looked red, or then orange, or like you said, or yellow. So
Yellowish.
there's
Yeah.
I've seen like Infinity Stone tie-ins to the color rumors. I've seen like I don't buy that because like Marvel, they're done with that. They did it and it was wildly successful. I don't think it has anything to do with that.
No,
So that
I don't think so either because Loki season 2 kind of put them in a junk drawer and said they don't matter anymore.
Yeah, he pulled them out and he was like, "Oh, we got to. Oh, yeah, these are Infinity Stones." And Loki's like, "What?" Because they don't care to the TVA. Yeah,
They don't care.
they're
Some people were throwing out Agatha, the Coven. Maybe if it was going to go all the way through all the colors, but it ended up not going all the way through all the colors. So I don't think it's going to be tied into the Coven at all, unfortunately. But yeah,
there we go.
but she was
Eyes wide shut.
Then I saw,
right.
Yeah. Then I saw some spoofs, which were I sent to Courtney, but it was the same colors as the Hocus Pocus witches.
Yeah,
was one of them.
Well, because green, red, and purple are the Hocus Pocus witches.
Yeah, and we'll talk about these runes here shortly, but or after we bring it up. But I think the one that I'm leaning towards is the green one, possibly being Sylvie, the female variant of Loki, and then the purple one. And I totally forget her name, but the Charlize Theron's character at the post-credit scene of Clea. Because she was wearing a kind of a
that was Doctor
purpley
Strange
outfit.
Post-screen, right?
Yeah.
Post-credits,
post Doctor Strange, yeah.
And then the red one, of course, Scarlet Witch, possibly. But then when somebody's talking about the different Doom followers and the Doom bots, but these ones might be actual real life followers, I'm starting to think that at first I'm starting to think that the Doom we saw in the Fantastic Four post credit might be a different character because he had his mask off. But if you paid a lot of attention to the the people that were kind of reporting on the spot, there was certain dialogue from the trailer where we find out he already had a relationship with the Fantastic Four. So, I mean, I don't want to speculate too much because we just don't really have a full thing here. But
well, it's interesting because go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the only thing I know about Doctor Doom is he is a really big villain for the Fantastic Four. So, like that kind of makes sense to me that he already had a relationship with them, even though they might be in a different universe. Is because like the only movies that I've seen Doctor Doom in has been old Fantastic Four movies. So like,
he would be your number one. Yeah, he'd be your number one bad guy for a Fantastic Four movie outside of Galactus, which we've seen, right?
Yeah,
it's interesting that you talked about Sylvie being one of the main, because like if you remember Loki season 1, Sylvie is the reason for all these incursions. Right, she killed he that remains, right? So, which he warned about, and it's Loki's fault for disappearing with the stone, anyways. But Sylvie's the one that did the deed that made all this multiverse craziness happen. So I would not be surprised if we see her back at all.
I like Sylvie.
Yeah, and
I would like
a lot
to
of the
see
fans
her
are. Yeah, especially since like. Yeah, like I said, we'll break down the actual the part of the panel, but I don't know if I should have queued it, but I don't know. Do you think we should show the trailer? Everybody's seen the trailer by now, so the main trailer.
Throw out the trailer. Why not? Why not throw out the trailer?
Why not?
Let's do it.
So, talk amongst yourselves.
I do want to get to my Feige
actually.
Yes, we will. Oh, he went away. But yeah, so
it's going to be interesting. Like I'm not, like I was mentioning in our chat earlier, like I'm not the biggest cosmic Marvel fan. I I prefer my guys more grounded. And when I was reading comics, I like the more grounded stuff. Even though they may have fantastical powers, they were the earthbound villains, right? So I like the Doc Ocks, the Green Goblins, the Hobgoblins, and while Doctor Doom is a grounded Earth villain, that's why I'm more excited for when they pivoted to Doctor Doom's Jonathan Majors issues aside, because Kang to me, he's okay. He's all right. He's a good villain. He's a powerful villain, but I'm glad they're now going back again to a more earthbound, whatever Earth that may be, an earthbound villain.
Yeah, and he's.
I mean,
no,
I was just gonna say that, like, in Marvel, I always kind of liked the mysterious ones because, like, I don't know, when I was younger, my dad is a big DC fan, so like I was more all about Batman. So when I first saw the first Fantastic Four, not like the very first one, the one with Jessica Alba and Chris
Evans
as Flame, Johnny Flame. I didn't like it because they in the movie they were just like, we're the Fantastic Four, we're here, and then they were like no mask, they were just out in the open. I was like, but you're supposed to, like, how are you supposed to fight crime now
without a secret identity?
Like, yeah,
with
without
power.
a secret identity.
Right.
I was like, I don't like you guys.
I like the mystery. And speaking of the mystery, here's
all right, let's get it.
Mystery of
Yeah,
Dr. Doom.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrificed will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles and presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
That is
I think
badass.
Steve going back and having his life with Peggy obviously wasn't supposed to happen. There's a lot of things in there that weren't supposed to happen, but have. And yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting final wrap up for what is it, phase 4 and 5 for the MCU? Is that what it is? 4 and 5, right?
Yeah. 4 and 5.
Like, we all love seeing Steve happy with Peggy and having that dance at the end of Endgame. It was like, oh, he got his life. What does that mean?
Wasn't supposed to.
Like, yeah, exactly.
And I'm sorry, I was just rewinding because saw somebody pop this up, and on this scene here, there's somebody standing behind him.
Yeah,
Right
there
here, if
is.
you can see it.
Yeah.
Who could that be?
I don't know. Does
Who
it
knows?
look like? I don't know.
It's just a blur. I mean, I've
I know it's just there's no
squinted.
discernible things at all.
Yeah.
But I
But-
love the fight scene, like Gambit fighting Shang-Chi. Like that's awesome. That's something I never. That
It's
was not on my
interesting.
bingo card.
Yeah. It's funny because like the Eternals,
Mm.
for as weird and different and unconnected to the MCU as that seemed to be, outside of one of the Eternals being birthed in Earth and the hand and everything coming out of the adamantium, like that set up that part. But like the Eternal, like when I saw the Eternals were part of it, I kind of geeked out because the Infinity Saga with the Infinity Gems, they're gems in the comics, not stones. It was so different than what we got in the MCU because for those that don't know, in the comics, it's not just Earth's mightiest heroes that come to fight Thanos. It's a battle against Thanos that happens out in space on this rock, and Eternals are out there fighting Thanos like with all their power. It literally Lady Death, Infinity, the Watcher just stood back and chilled, watched it all. But like these cosmic Galactus came out against Thanos, like these super ass Eternals. And Thanos with all the stones just laid them all waste. So as different as that is to the saga that we got in the MCU, when I saw the Celestials in the Eternals, I was geeking out about that. I was like, okay, as much as I'm not a cosmic guy for the most part, like that really, I was like, okay, we're expanding the world.
I'm glad they're finally coming back in because
yes, yeah.
Well, and especially with the post credit to Shang-Chi with the rings,
the rings,
sending out a beacon.
Yes,
and then it's like, well, what's that? Then it's like
Wong was like, who's going to answer? And Captain Marvel, like, who's going to answer it?
Yeah.
You want to be putting out some strange beacon pulse that you don't know what's going on? I don't know.
Exactly, but just people, I mean. I know people have their opinions on fan service, but seeing Gambit and Shang-Chi fight, badass. Seeing
Channing
comic accurate,
gets his due. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Seeing comic accurate Cyclops finally and Mystique.
Funny thing about that is, yes, it's comic accurate. It's comic accurate to Jim Lee's early '90s run of the X-Men, like his original. Again, going down the whole rabbit hole here.
Oh no, hey, that's why we're here.
It's not the original Cyclops comic accurate, but it is comic accurate to Jim Lee's version of him. Yes,
and even
which
the
is
cartoon,
freaking fantastic. Yeah,
X-Men.
But that's the one that they do in the cartoon, right?
Yes,
that's the one that they do in the cartoon.
Yes, it is, because that's X-Men's heyday is Jim Lee pencils, Chris Claremont writing. That was their heyday in the early '90s.
Yeah.
And that's when I was reading
like
a lot
that
of
X-Men.
X-Men and Wolverine, and then the cartoon that came out. So I mean, eventually we'll talk about X-Men '97 because that's a whole show as it is there. And just these characters, it looks amazing, and just the 2-finger stop of Stormbreaker. I mean, that's just whoa moment of the trailer.
Yeah.
And I just read today. I like comicbook.com on Instagram compared to some other sites. And I guess it's coming out that the Comic-Con trailer for Doomsday is going to be attached to, attached to Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the X-Men that I know.
That's the Gambit costume
cartoon,
we're seeing.
the video game, the comics.
Yeah, this is Jim Lee in 92 or 91, I think it was. It was like a 4-part cover. If you divide this into 4 parts, each one was a different cover. You can see the divide between Storm and shit. I almost said Cyclops.
Beast.
No.
Oh, no.
Cable? Is that Cable?
Colossus.
No. Colossus.
Oh,
yeah.
Colossus.
And then in between Rogue and Cyclops was one, and then between Cyclops and Magneto was a cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
These were awesome. Jim Lee is the freaking man.
Got the
I
brown
saw
and
the
yellow
cartoon.
Wolverine.
Yep.
Oh.
Classic.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to fast forward to this weekend to San Diego Comic-Con Hall H panel, the much anticipated Marvel panel. So, of course, they debuted a new Marvel logo.
A lot of drama trying to get into that.
Uh-huh.
I was not there, but I heard all about the drama trying to get into this panel.
Wasn't it people like waiting, got like passes in and couldn't get in because they didn't want to wait, but the people that waited got in, which how it should be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, well, I read one take of somebody where it was like right in front of them. They had like, they waited overnight. There was like 3 people there, and then like 15 people joined them, where it was like supposed to be this year that like, yes, you could have like a couple of people like wait in line for you. Like, I think one person could wait in line for 2 people.
Right.
Like for like 2 more people. So a total of 3. But I think there was 3 of them. So like even like the 15 people that joined them was too much. But the 3 people that waited overnight had wristbands. The other people that joined them did not have wristbands. And I think there was a kerfuffle about like letting them in or not letting them in. Because they were with a party that waited overnight, but they didn't come and join them. Which you didn't need to come and join them, but you did need to have a wristband. So I'm not quite sure why they didn't all have wristbands.
If you know, let us know. Let us know what happened if you were there.
If you know exactly what happened, let us know. But like there was like, I know at like 10 a.m. like in the morning, like people were saying that like they're stopping letting people into Hall H because there's people who don't have wristbands that are not leaving. They may have to be forcibly removed. I heard that. And then there was another rumor that there was fake wristbands going on. And so people who never waited got in, and where I know for a fact people who had wristbands did not get in. And like Comic-Con tried to make it right, where for the first time they had standing room only in the back. So like they did let them in, and like they had to stand and wait. But like also there was the one that I know of that makes the most sense is Marvel brought 35 actors. 35 actors that all have entourages with them that all need seats in that room. So even press was like down to like 10 people, like 10 seats or something like that, I heard. And that all of the seats in the press box were like reserved for the 35 actors like entourage. And also
plus Ryan Reynolds.
Right, plus Ryan Reynolds, who showed up as Deadpool in denim. But what makes the most sense is that there was 400 seats that got extra wristbands because that San Diego Comic-Con did not account for the 35 people's entourages to take up those 400 seats. So I think they over distributed wristbands, but also there were people that was trying to defeat the system, the system as well. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, but to me, that one makes the most sense because there was extra people in the room that San Diego Comic-Con was not accounting for.
Right. Makes sense. I mean, yeah. Hall H has been crazy.
But still, it doesn't make anything right, and people all have the right to be mad for sure. Yeah. But I'm thinking that one is the right explanation. Now, there could very well be some counterfeit wristbands out there. I don't know. There could be that people were cutting the line. I don't know. But if you do know,
but we do know everybody. We do know everybody's entitled nowadays. So the fact that they wanted to get in and couldn't, But before we get to the Marvel, I mean, I wouldn't be due to service here if I didn't kind of share probably the biggest moment of all of Comic-Con, and that was the return of Rick Moranis in the Spaceballs.
Yes.
Panel.
Yes.
Bow down.
We shared this in our chat, but did you see the?
That man is a national friggin' treasure.
Yes. But the fact that he stepped
Well,
away from acting to take care of his kids after his wife died, and then to come back to that warm reception. I mean, he gets a warm reception for anything. I think he showed up to like a Little Shop of Horrors thing, and he got the same. Oh no, Ghostbusters. It was Ghostbusters. He showed up to Ghostbusters was it Afterlife or the newer one? He showed up to, I think, the premiere of one of them, and he got the same reception. He just is a very humble man.
Yeah, he's been asked to come back to Ghostbusters, to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but chose the right one, Spaceballs, for sure.
Did you guys watch that panel?
I just saw clips.
I watched it today, and apparently they showed clips of him walking in to meet Mel Brooks again after 40 some years or whatever it is, and the clips on YouTube, they take out the trailers, obviously, or the video clips or whatever. But there was him meeting Mel Brooks again, him meeting some of the cast, like Daphne Zuniga again, and it was just all, I could just tell it was a really heartfelt thing. And that guy, man, I could sit here and quote Spaceballs till I'm blue in the face because.
Same. And
what the hell are you looking at? What is happening in the movie? You're looking at now, sir. What happened to then? We passed it. When? Just now. You're looking at now, sir. What happened to then? When? We passed it. It's like the
just
whole
now.
thing. It's like, when will it be now? Soon. The whole
classic.
thing,
And
it's great.
Since this ties in with Marvel a little bit, they had Louis Pullman talking about coming on to film, and he's like because he grew up with Spaceballs, but he's like, I knew Spaceballs way more before I knew Star Wars, and I'm like, first time I saw Star Wars, I was like, why would they make a movie? Like, why would they copy Spaceballs? As a young kid.
Yeah. What a career trajectory that guy's gonna have. Like he's
right.
Top Gun, Thunderbolts is like he's climbing.
Yeah. And now Doomsday. So
yes, sir.
Before we got to the Doomsday trailer, I'm just kind of going through discussing films since I was following them right away or through the panel. So I know stuff's kind of out of order here. But we kind of get here's the Doom. Sorry.
No.
So
the
we got so up here on his left shoulder is the Thor symbol, his hammer. On this token here, or this little whatever, keep it escape, is Captain Marvel's logo.
Oh.
And then on his arm, they said was a cloth, which some people are saying is from a tapestry or something from the poster, which might be either from his mother or his wife and son. I mean, there's all this stuff. I know Courtney shared a thing about the.
Well, that was on RDJ's. Robert Downey Jr. showed up in a jacket, and it's covered in runes. And somebody deciphered those runes. I wasn't talking about Doomsday's costume.
I know it. Like, what language are they deciphering from? Is it something? Is it comic lore? Is it?
So what happened? Remember a couple months ago when?
So
remember a couple months ago when the Russo brothers were teasing people like, with symbols, and people were like, here comes a Doomsday trailer, and it wound up being coffee.
Yeah.
So
right.
So when the coffee got delivered to the people actually ordered it and stuff because why not? It's Doom coffee or whatever. There was a code, and it's on the Screen Crush video that I sent you guys.
That's where I got it from. The Screen Crush.
But somebody actually says, they noticed something, so they typed in like a whole like alphabet thing. So everything translated that he was wearing to different clues that were even brought up in the 4 trailers or the 4 mini sods or something. So
somebody made something similar to Orabesh, and the internet did its thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
But also there's runes like in WandaVision where like the witches all use runes too. So like somewhere those runes are being translated as well. So
yeah. Well, in Shang-Chi's in Miss Marvel's Bengal and stuff.
Yeah.
So everybody walking into the Hall H got a Doom mask and cape, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. That was cool.
Oh, there's a better. Oh, here it is. Here's the group here with
their
a retrospect of where we're at from now, and included Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in the clips. So that was pretty cool.
Oh.
And then before Kevin Feige came out, everybody's favorite Herbie showed up on stage, which I never got to meet him at Disneyland.
I did. Hopefully Herbie comes back. He should come back to Disneyland.
We'll call it. Well, he's in some of the shots. But oh crap! Sorry about that.
Okay.
I X'd out of something and then got me out where I was going to go. But no, Herbie's in some of the shots on
On the trailer?
like, with a fantastic. Oh yeah, so
yeah.
Yeah. This first episode.
I just want to say this show is MarvWars. The reason we're not talking about Star Wars right now is there is not a whole lot to talk about. You know, we got Ryan Gosling and Starfighter coming. Hopefully that's D23 next month. He was just announced as Ghost Rider. So there's, Disney Marvel nepotism going on. I love it. Sean Levy is hopefully going to do a great job with both franchises.
Yeah.
But if you're here for Star Wars, not a whole lot right now. Not a whole lot.
Next month.
Stay tuned.
Next month.
But for that little Ghost Rider, they did officially announce. Well, we already knew Avengers Endgame was coming out. It's coming out as Avengers Endgame Encore, which they mentioned
what
there's going to be a new intro. There's going to be
a new intro or a new stinger.
Both. So they're going to have a different beginning, a new ending, a new stinger that obviously goes straight into Doomsday, and some additional scenes throughout the movie.
Oh, because Endgame started with Clint Barton on his farm, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be very interesting.
That does come out September 25th, and tickets haven't gone on sale yet.
Yeah, but they went on Doomsday. But of course, the big news, first news was Ryan Gosling being introduced as Ghost Rider. Like you said, directed by Sean Levy. I thought this was the video, but I mean, it's always cool seeing him. He's such a fan, and I love how this one they use the picture of Starfighter.
Starfighter with it.
Yeah, right. Although, if you go to Ava Mendez on Facebook, she posted a scene from Driven, and she was like, "That's when I knew he was Ghost Rider." It was the movie Driven.
Yeah. Which she was in Ghost Rider. She was the love interest.
Yeah. Yeah, she was in Ghost Rider.
They should have put the clip of.
Oh, sorry. I had a better one.
They should have put the clip of. They should have put the clip of him going like, "Hey, what do you fans want? What do you want? What do you want?"
Yeah.
What was that from? Notebook? I think it is.
Oh yeah, Notebook.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
What do you want? Which
they took
was
down
Rachel McAdams, Doctor Strange's love interest.
Yeah. Got the whole trifecta there.
Right.
So what did you guys think about that announcement?
Oh, I love it. Anytime Ryan
it.
Gosling's in something, I love it.
He will make a great Johnny Blaze.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
And I was like, I think how I shared it on our the DU, I'm like, oh, future Disney legend here with Mickey Mouse Club, Remember the Titans, Starfighter,
That's
which
right.
I think was going to be great.
Was he in Remember the Titans?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He was. Yes, he was. So he
Here's a better
is. He
view,
does
I
have the trifecta. He was in a Disney movie. Got it.
Yeah.
I was like counting the Mickey Mouse Club, and I was like, no. There's something else.
I love how you can see their window browsers up there and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Safari and Windows, Outlook and everything.
Yeah. He's my.
So I thought
I mean, I've loved him since he was a little kid. Like he was young Hercules, and it's just like I love that. He can
then of
do
course, so
everything.
oh yeah, so I'm not going to show the whole cast of Doomsday because the cast came out, but I will show something that kind of surprised people. Well, not surprised people, but the fact that they finally confirmed. But Haley Atwell is returning as Peggy Carter in Doomsday, which makes sense because in the first thing we saw of Cap, he was holding the baby. You know, somebody had to have that baby, and it's obviously
That
Peggy.
sucks.
Uh-huh.
Do you see that on the side? They said what we want, Scarlet Witch, and what we got. Peggy Carter.
Sean's gonna love that.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I wasn't focusing on that.
Yeah, go back to the go back to the thing.
That comment just kind of caught my eye. I was like, what we want is Scarlet Witch, but what we got is Peggy Carter. No, we want Peggy Carter too. Like their story changed. It's fine. It's fine.
Where am I?
Click on the Haley
when
Atwell.
I did the picture, I see.
There it is.
Right there.
Right over here.
Yeah. It's for you, Sean.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't agree with you, RS Rocka. Yeah, I called you out.
No.
But I'm excited. I'm a big Peggy stan, so I'm glad she's coming back. But they specifically said Peggy, not Captain Britain or Captain
right.
England or so because she was cut in half by Wanda.
She was. Variants of Reed Richards, but strangely the same Professor X. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
there's only one.
I'm still. I don't know. Well, Chris Evans and Hemsworth both said we're not touching that. When somebody in the press room asked them literally, do any of the Avengers react weird seeing that it is Tony Stark's face on Doctor Doom? And Evans and Hemsworth both were like, nope, can't touch it. We're not answering that. So there's something about that character. But Feige's also been on record saying this is not Tony Stark from an alternate universe. So
really,
if I'm not mistaken, Feige has said this is not Tony Stark, just somewhere else that went bad. So if I'll have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure. Let me know down below if you remember that and can link me to where it's at. But I'm pretty sure Feige said it's not Tony Stark from an alternate universe. This is actually a different person. And as we all know, people have doppelgangers, that people that look like one another, you know, this, that, or the other. It could be, you know, throwing the soap opera trope of a twin, you know, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But
and Wolverine or Deadpool Wolverine, we got Johnny Blaze, Chris Evans, not Cap.
True.
You know, when he was expecting Cap. So, and then certain, based on the trailer that was shown, here's a new poster. Like Sue Storm says, you know, Victor, he used to, you know, he was a loving man, and you know, and there's scenes where Reed is like, "Did you do this, Victor?" You know, kind of all this. So this is a pretty badass poster.
Yeah,
and like I said, they had the whole. Oh, go ahead.
Finish up.
Oh no.
I'm about to go into a rant. I want to do my rant for me.
Oh no, go ahead.
Before I lose
Let's hear it.
Okay, so click. I put it in chat. Bring that link up if you would, from Culture Crave.
In our private chat.
Yeah, private chat.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
So put that on screen so everyone can see it.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
If you don't mind. So this is Kevin Feige on Fan saying Doctor Doom has no buildup compared to Thanos. Quote: the Thanos buildup is built up in people's heads over the years. He sat on a chair at the end of the first Avengers movie. He sat on a chair at the end. He pulled a gauntlet out and said, I'll do it myself. And he yelled at Ronan on a video screen briefly. That was kind of it. I remember the memes making fun of Thanos for just sitting on a chair. With Infinity War, we said, this is the introduction of Thanos to people. That's how that movie was built. That's what we're doing with Doctor Doom Doomsday. Feige's basically saying that the build-up to Doom is the same as build-up to Thanos, meaning Feige's saying there hasn't been much. I take a lot of umbrage with this, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. My thoughts are, yes, Thanos was first shown the stinger of the first Avengers, turning around, sitting on the throne, grinning, and everyone's like, ooh, ah, I lost my shit because I loved it. I knew where it was going. We did not specifically get mention of the Infinity Stones until, was it Guardians 1 when the Collector talked about the stones?
Power Stone. Mm-hmm.
Right, the Power Stone being an Infinity Stone, right? So, but the build up to Doom, and I think this is because it was supposed to be Kang, then there was the issues and the drama that was dropped and they pivoted to Doom. So I feel like Feige is gaslighting everyone a little bit, saying there wasn't a lot of build up to Thanos, but his story was seeded throughout the MCU, whether we knew it or not. Now, could the Doctor Doom appearance be seeded throughout? I don't think it's as clean, because we have the multiverse that's been seeded since, I don't know about WandaVision, but at least the first season of Loki, right?
WandaVision, for sure.
The multiverse happened from then, so that was seeded, but we didn't know who the villain was going to be until 2 years ago when RDJ was announced as Doom?
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like Feige is gaslighting everyone a little bit and saying, hey, I hear all this talk about it not leading up to Doom, but we're telling you it is, as opposed to the Thanos story and the Infinity story. I feel that was led up to a lot stronger and clearer than Doctor Doom ever has been. Multiverse, sure, that's been there from the jump after Endgame. But Doom himself, nah, miss me with that. No, not at all. What do you guys think?
Well, first, I can't bring up the first reveal of Thanos and Avengers without, I always got to bring this up, because it was a time, like I said, not a lot of people knew the comics and the source material.
True.
So I remember when he showed up.
I am coming from a place of knowing.
Oh no!
So yes.
Yeah. Oh, and me too. Like when he showed up, I was like, "Oh my god, they're doing it! They're actually doing this on live action."
I have not jumped out of my seat in a theater ever, except that stinger scene.
And somebody in my theater,
because I didn't know.
So it might have been you then. Somebody in my theater was like, "Yes, Hellboy," and I was just like, they ruined the moment for me. I love Hellboy, but I mean,
right.
It was not Hellboy. I knew it wasn't Hellboy because at that point they had made Hellboy the movie. So it wasn't Hellboy. But I
go ahead.
Did not know the story of Thanos when he showed up at the end of that movie.
Was it once the stones got introduced? Well, you probably didn't even know. Once they introduced the stones, you didn't know Thanos was collecting them.
Not until the whole story of Gamora being the daughter of Thanos, and then actually until Infinity War, where that was
Infinity War, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like Infinity War was my introduction to the character of Thanos and his backstory. Right. I had no idea that he was a big villain. From my point of view of just watching the MCU, I mean, now I have gone into like YouTube videos explaining the characters and stuff like this. But at the time, like Kang, they emasculated him so much. Like he's just a character that Ant-Man can defeat. Like, come on, like Kang.
No shade to Ant-Man.
Nothing. No shade to Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man, but I'm just like, come on, like. If he was supposed to be all powerful and stuff like that, like an Ant-Man can defeat him just like that in Quantum Realm, I'm like, Kang was not the end all be all at all. And I do remember from the first Fantastic Four film with Alba and Evans and stuff that Dr. Doom was a real big baddie, but I never knew the backstory of Doom until like just recently when like people are starting to bring him into the MCU. And I do agree with you. Doom was never Endgame right now. No. They were focused on Kang until Jonathan Majors screwed up and did what he did and got kicked out, and then they had to pivot, and then Doom became. There wasn't little things of Doom. You don't see RDJ like pivoting between this. The only thing maybe is maybe the events in Age of Ultron.
Hmm.
He could have made a different decision and it went a different way than
Okay.
the Avengers working together and ultimately coming above Ultron, because he did want to build a dome around the world
Suit of
to
armor
keep
around the world.
monsters out.
Yeah.
He did
or-
want to do
yeah.
that. Like, that was his initial thought. So like
Piece of our
maybe he
time.
makes a different a decision then, and
Right.
it leads him down the path to Doom. But there's nothing leading to Doctor Doom up until Fantastic Four. At the end of Fantastic Four.
And that
That's
was they did mention that back when they were doing, all right, this is what we have for phase 5, this is what we have for phase, this is what Spaceballs was making fun of, because Marvel was actually
Right.
doing this. So like, so after the Kang Dynasty, we're probably going to bring Doom. So that was
Right.
you know, but it was always going to tie in obviously with the Fantastic Four. But going back to the Thanos, like when you're watching the first Avenger and the Tesseract comes out, I was like,
Yeah.
okay. But then when Dark World came out, Thor 2, and then the
Mhm.
reality ether,
The
I'm like,
Reality Stone.
are they? You know, I was kind of because
I didn't pick it. I didn't pick that up. Like literally, when Thanos turned in that stinger, showed his face and grinned, like, and even then, I didn't put that the ether and the Tesseract were stones. Like
Yeah.
I just said, oh shit, here comes Thanos. Oh, I hope they do this storyline with it, and they did, but they seeded it back then.
and
from
with
the
Guardians
jump.
actually placing this is
Once
the
the power-
Stone.
yeah.
And
Once
they showed
Guardians
Yeah, I was
happened,
like, they
yeah.
never said stone until the Power Stone.
Right.
Yeah. Then
Because
showed the
Tesseract was
backstory
just
of the
Tesseract,
Celestial,
and then the Reality Ether was just
Right.
that.
But
So they never said
and
stone until.
I'm not
Power.
gonna lie, I was surprised when they cracked the Tesseract and it was the
Space.
Space Stone.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like,
Space.
oh shit, that was one. You know, that even surprised me. So like,
Mhm.
but the fact that they seeded all these things for so long, and then it comes to fruition. Like I said, that was, even though it was so drastically different than the comic version of it, like wildly different. It was incredible.
And I was
And
excited.
I just don't see that. I just don't see that footwork laid with Doom.
No.
Multiverse,
Yeah.
No,
yes.
it's not.
Doom, no.
They definitely had a pivot, because I mean, and I was excited for the Kang Dynasty because, you know, I Jonathan Majors is a great actor, and I was
Mhm.
excited because I was like,
He was great in
Quantumania-
Loki. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Quantum Mania was
I
a
liked
perfect
Loki.
movie for him to do real damage. It's the third, possibly final Ant-Man movie.
Mhm.
Not saying Scott or Cassie should have died, but I mean, you got Hank, you got Janet.
Mhm.
I mean, they could have.
Janet.
I mean, but nobody really
Take somebody out to raise the stakes on
Yeah.
who this guy is. Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
and they didn't do that. So
And like you
Then-
said,
then all
Courtney, the
the-
fact that Ant-Man
Yeah.
took him out, does that
Yeah.
raise him to the threat level of a Thanos? Not really.
No, it
No.
doesn't. And
At
it's
all.
kind of like what I said with like Jurassic Park Dominion. I was like, you have all of these big actors, but you didn't kill any of them. I was like, this is the only movie where no one big dies. And I was like, I don't want any of them to die, but there's nothing here.
You need stakes. You need stakes.
Nobody died.
but
Yeah.
so, but all
And
that
Kang-
aside,
Kang
go
is a threat level
Right.
that should be there to be
Right.
that big bad, but they never fleshed it out fully, and we'll never know what happened or why. But you know, well,
yeah,
I mean, what could have been with the Kang Dynasty storyline and where they could have gone with it, which is a shame. I would love to see it, but
yeah,
I just don't agree with Feige's assessment that he's built up the same, because it is not the same. at all.
Unless he's taking into account all the movies prior to the MCU, where the Fox movies and stuff like that, because Doom is in there, but like he's still not, like, he may come in contact with the X-Men or in the cartoon or something like that, but or
Right.
Spider-Man in the cartoons, but like the footwork in the MCU past the Kang Dynasty, it's not there at all.
Right.
Yeah. Well, like we said,
not.
their hand was forced, and they did
Yeah.
Right.
they did do a pivot because there was a big delay in the films to build up to what we get now. And once they announced that the Russo brothers were like signed on for Doomsday and Secret Wars,
Mhm.
I started to feel a little bit more confident because I am confident in the Russo brothers. And
Absolutely.
especially when they said, and like we're getting it with Endgame, but how Doomsday is more of a direct sequel to Endgame rather than following along with obviously Phase 5. So,
which
yeah,
I'm completely fine with. Like you said, I've
Yeah.
got trust in the Russos. They stuck the landing so hard, starting with Civil War and everything else they've done
Yeah.
has just been phenomenal as far as the MCU goes. So yeah, I think what they did was when they pivoted from Kang to Doom, they said, okay, let's take all our stuff that we had for Doom, let's bring it forward. How can we tie it in to where we're at now and go forward from there? And I do have confidence they'll stick the landing. I just don't see Feige's comments as valid. And that's what I'm harping on. This is just about Feige's comments.
And I totally agree with you because he should know his audience. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I think he's just trying to make everybody forget about the whole King of it. That's all. I think.
Yeah. It's always going to be there.
No.
But at least they did have Loki season
good stuff. So you should be you would hope your exec producer and creator would be like promoting it, but I'm sure he wants to distance himself from it and say, yeah, okay, it happened, but we've been seeding this whole thing the whole time. Oh no, you haven't.
Yeah.
You've seeded the multiverse. We understand the multiverse. I just don't agree with that. You're talking about, bringing your villain, unless something happens in Doomsday that just blows me away and makes me look at everything since Endgame with a different lens.
Yeah.
Completely possible. I hope it does. I hope in December that I'm completely wrong. We'll revisit this topic. And
absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah.
And luckily we did have season 2 of Loki, which seems to tie in a little bit the X-Men with the incursions and stuff. So,
yeah.
But another big thing real quick that happened at this particular panel is they were taking questions. So they got a question from somebody here.
Hang on. This seems an awfully expensive way to announce a film. When do you start filming? Wait.
Doomsday?
Doomsday? It's Doomsday. When does that start shooting?
It's in the can, bro. Look around. Did you bump your head?
I see. So there's no additional photography, no overages, high costs, maybe last minute addition. Question.
Oh. Did you see the reel? Did you see the reel that Ryan put out?
Him.
Yeah, he was just walking around Comic-Con dressed as Deadpool.
amazing.
Nobody knew who he was. Like they were just taking pictures, and then he goes into that. Yeah.
Reminds me of Peter Jackson when he was in that clown jester costume from years back, just walking around taking pictures with people. Yeah.
Yeah. Like all these people are gonna look back and they're like, "Holy crap! I had a picture with Ryan Reynolds."
Well, they're starting to do that already.
Oh yeah, there's been a few. Yeah. It's interesting because that gray costume of Deadpool, he was in Uncanny X-Force for a while in the comics in a gray costume. So I'm wondering, is this the prime Deadpool? Is this going to be?
I know it looks great, but he did say he's wearing a Canadian tuxedo.
Canadian tuxedo, yes.
I don't know if it's great.
Said, I saw something, and but before that, I'll pull it up. But the next thing that we got was, and there's a lot of stuff. I mean, we don't. The movie's coming out. We're excited, but they did announce Black Panther 3.
Yes,
and so I was expecting this, but I actually wasn't expecting it this soon. So I don't know. What do you guys think of this announcement?
I thought it was pretty rad. I thought that the fact that they're jumping forward in time to T'Challa's son, who we saw on the beach with his mom, at the end of Black Panther 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And now they're jumping forward to him donning the mantle. Well, that shows us the time jump that's going to happen. No, this is coming out after Doomsday, isn't
It's
it? Yeah, this
after.
is like
It's
28, right? Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
never
I
mind,
believe
never
it's
mind,
coming
never
out
mind.
after Secret Wars.
Okay.
It's going to
See,
be
this-
December. No.
December 28. It just said on the screen.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I think Ghost Rider's in July and Black
Yeah.
Panther's in December of 28.
Of
They're
28,
both coming out in 28.
So I think it's going to be a cool story. I love the whole mythos of Wakanda. I think it's incredible. It's so different than the stuff that we're used to seeing of people in power. The fact that Wakanda can flex on anybody in the world is incredible. And their backstory of the slave trade and everything, and that whole thing in the opening scenes of the first one is just, it's amazing. It's incredible. I love that whole thing. And Winston Duke is a freaking specimen of a man. Look at that guy.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites.
He towers over everybody. Did you watch this panel? Everyone started going, "Woo, woo, 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 woo,"
Yeah.
when he came on. Yeah, that was amazing.
And this is a shout out to David Blurred Hulk. He's our
Yeah.
Walt's apartment in Baku, King in Baku for sure. So
Nice.
the casting of, was it Brandon? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank right now.
So my shit.
Brandon Jake? No, that's a football player. But he was in Alien Romulus, kind of stole the
Yes.
movie. He was in, I haven't seen this one yet, but he was in The Long Walk.
David Johnson.
David Johnson, yes.
I don't know why we can't remember that name. David Johnson.
Yes.
He seems so
I think
humble up there too, like taking on that
Oh, yeah.
mantle. He knows what it
Yeah.
means. That's incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
And I got another video
I-
I'm going to show real quick in a little bit. But one thing that I love is Ryan Coogler. People don't realize exactly how much of a film fan and nerd he is. And he wanted to make the first Black Panther 70 millimeter solenoid film, kind of like very similar to like, he wanted to film it like a Chris Nolan movie, the high, everything. And of course they, no, this is what we do in Marvel. Then the success of
Right.
it, he wanted to do for Black Panther 2. No, we don't do that. But then, Sinners comes out, blows
He's
up.
now
into
Academy
70
Award
millimeter.
winner, Ryan Coogler. He's got a little more
And so,
pull.
Black Panther 3 is being shot in large format solenoid film now. So very exciting.
Now he gets to do what he wants.
Yep.
Yeah. Gotta love that pose.
I'm lukewarm on this because
Are you?
Black Panther's not my favorite of the franchise. I appreciate it and I understand it, but it just never has resonated with me.
Okay.
I watch them all, but like I know the story's not over and we were expecting this to come, but I'm like, I'll go see it, but it's
Right.
never been my favorite of the stories.
I tend to agree with that, but there is one thing about the actual comics. Again, this is an MCU. This is comics that resonates with me. Is that in the comics lead up to Civil War, T'Challa calls a conference of Doctor Strange, Professor X, Namor. He calls this round table of the badass of badasses, right? And I forget who it is. It might have been Tony Stark, who says, we need to make this council to oversee, kind of like it happened in Civil War, this council to oversee superheroes, mutants, this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And T'Challa basically looks at him and goes, dude, I'm out. We cannot, he takes the cap route and says, we cannot sacrifice people's liberties and freedoms to make things more secure. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason that moment T'Challa walks out, to me, in that one singular episode or issue of the prequel to Civil War, like resonated with me for in a way that the movies never did. Tony took that, or Cap took that stance, but for some reason, that comic issue of T'Challa walking out did it for me, leaps and bounds of what, you know, Steve Rogers ever did in the movie. Now you get to the same ends, you get to the same thing happening. Baron Zemo, the end of Civil War was freaking chef's kiss. That twist did not see coming. It was incredible. But the basis of picking your sides on the Civil War, for me, T'Challa walking out was just, it stuck in my head, and it made me appreciate the Black Panther character so much more. Just for that, it was like 3 panels, I think, on one page. But it just worked for me, 100%.
I mean, he does that in Civil War in the movies. So like I said, I do understand it, and I do respect Black Panther for what he stands for, like the character. But like and I do understand Wakanda is very, very big for the technology of everything and the vibranium and all of that. But it just, I don't know what the movies have been doing with the Black Panther story. Yes, it's very progressive and it's out there, but like also kind of, I don't know, and it has to do with a major, you know, Chadwick passing away in real life. I get it. It totally destroyed the flow of those films.
Yeah, Black Panther 2 was kind of subpar to me. Like,
that's what I'm like getting at. It's like Black Panther is okay for me, but like Wakanda Forever, I would put that in the bottom of my MCU movies because even though it has a great message and stuff, I didn't like the interaction with Namor. I didn't like him at all. And I know he was.
How can you live up to Michael B. Jordan? Like Michael B. Jordan was just chef's kiss, brilliant in the first one.
But it's just like I didn't get anything from Namor. Like I loved Queen Ramonda, but then she died, and then like Shuri didn't want anything to do with it. But from 2018,
I know.
But I'm just like saying it's like, but I know the story's not over, and I know Black Panther is very much a major character in all of this. So I knew it was coming, but I'll watch it.
Especially since he was geared to take over the Cap role, basically, in my opinion. Moving on. Quick little video. I know we're kind of running up on time, but this is what we do. It's fun.
Good.
It's our first one.
Yeah.
But the funness of celebrities at Comic-Con going on before he came out on the panel.
Yes, this is the video I was talking about.
I love that they used the Green Day song, which is exactly the one they used in the end credits of Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah.
So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and death.
These people are probably losing their shit now.
For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Robert, who's this guy with the swords and stuff?
The guy with the swords.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. This seems an awfully expensive way to announce a film.
The fact that Ryan leaked his own test footage of Deadpool back in the day, and here we are.
I know.
And I love the clip. The one I was trying to find was the one where he asked Paul Rudd a question of
why is Thor crying? Where's Thor and why is he crying?
Yeah.
Maybe he drank some aviation gin. I don't know.
I don't know.
That'll happen. So based on everything that was announced. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, can we decipher our DJ's jacket?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So let me.
I put it in the text message.
Well, yeah, I can't share my phone.
I know. It's an IGN Okay, so he has this jacket, and it has a green arc reactor, but it's not an arc reactor, like Tony Stark's heart, And then it has words all over it. And then somebody said that the translation goes, the right lapel says there is no promise of tomorrow, but spelled without the W, and they're saying that that's a Lothian spelling of it.
Mm-hmm.
Lavarian or whatever. Yeah. And then the left pocket fold says justice. The right pocket fold says revenge. And the right wrist /sleeve and says to the victor. And then the left one says go the spoils.
To the victor. Von Doom.
Goes the spoils.
Now you guys got me looking at the side panels here. This one, of course, it has nerds.
Hell yeah, brother. And proud of it.
And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I sent Courtney a clip that popped up, but it was of Agatha saying to the victor go the spoils. So a lot of people are now throwing that.
Oh no, it says the Harbingers of Doom. Where the
Harbingers of Doom.
Where the
That's
Harbingers of Doom.
But it's not like
that.
Hence the Latvian witches.
Yes. But I don't know if the coven is.
Yeah, but how many people were saying Mephisto was going to be in everything?
Yeah, and then he showed up in Ironheart and Mephisto.
And it's Borat. So
I love Sacha Baron Cohen as much as the next person, but Mephisto, I don't know.
So the panel was smaller than people thought, but I still thought it did what it should have done. I was happy with it. What did you guys think about what was revealed?
I was happy because we're going to be in the room for D23, and I want awesome announcements for that.
You better be recording that shit.
My thing is it's hard to know, excuse me, but like where you're going to blow your load, right? Like, do you announce everything at Comic-Con or do you leave something behind, especially when you have your own convention coming up a month right after, right?
Right.
So like when it's a D23 year, it's really hard to decide where you're going to make these announcements. And so, because Disney fans and want you to make those announcements at D23. You have the Honda Center. You're going to make a big deal about it. Like we want the biggest, we want the biggest announcement there. But I know for years it's been San Diego Comic-Con, and people who are going into that Hall H, it's coveted. People are, cutting the line. They're making fake wristbands to get into that line. So they're expecting big announcements. So I think that doing 4 big announcements like that, with the addition of Peggy Carter and Black Panther 3 and the new Doomsday trailer and
Ghost Rider,
that was perfect. And I know people were like, no, they have to do the X-Men. Like I was like the guys from Nerdist or whatever. They're like, no, Marvel has to do Doomsday. They have to deliver on the X-Men in this panel. I'm like, no, they don't. Comic-Con's every year. D23, that's every 2 years. So where do they have to deliver? D23. That's where they have to deliver.
Yeah, I agree. I know somebody took a poll. I don't know if it was some bullcrap website or whatever, but there were like 50 some percentage of people were left disappointed by Hall H in the Marvel panel, and I could see why.
Yeah,
I mean, the trailer released Monday, and that weekend is Comic-Con. Like, why wouldn't they wait until Comic-Con to release it? Like. So I could see why people felt disappointed because, they got an exclusive footage. I don't know what that is. There was some breakdown of it, but
I think they got some more footage from Spider-Man too, but
maybe
not anything major. But I think they did get.
Oh, it was when John Bernthal came out. Yeah, it was when John Bernthal came out.
Yeah.
So I could see why they'd be left disappointed after waiting overnight and whatever. But Joey, kind of what you were saying. Excuse me. About expectations of people, it's like, but I think Hall H has kind of bred that expectation, right? Like these are where you're supposed to get your huge reveals, not necessarily something we already know. So I can see why things were disappointed. I can also see why, fans got to eat a little bit with a lot of the stuff that was out there. So I personally felt it was a little lackluster, but that's just because, if D23 nothing happens, then I'll be like, what the hell? But right now, that's not so much.
Exactly.
So that's where I want to go to. I thought this was good to lead into D23 because I know one of the big rumors was, and I was telling Courtney this, Feige was going there. Feige says they're going to announce the new cast of X-Men. I think that's coming for D23, and basically because as of recording, Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out, and maybe they want to let it marinate based on who Sadie Sink may or may not be playing mutant-wise in that film.
Jean Grey. Sorry, something in my throat there. You saw me cough.
It was
secret,
horrible, right?
That's like the Ryan Gosling secret. Everybody.
Right.
But then also, like Black Panther and Ghost Rider, they're so far down. So I don't say people are going to forget about them. And side note, I loved how Kevin Feige mentioned, I've seen Starfighter. This guy's in Starfighter. I love Sean Levy. So he dropped that little nugget, little free press. I still think they're going to add to Ghost Rider, and they might actually announce a Midnight Suns movie that'll be attached to that because people want Moon Knight to return. I know the Blade is still in limbo. And then I've heard Michael Giacchino says Marvel's ordering a second Werewolf by Night. So
Moon Knight was so freaking rad. It was so different, and so wild, and such a mind trip, but it was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, that's the stuff that I like is like when it's like a mind, tripped up, and I'm like, yes, I loved Moon Knight.
Everything about that show, yes. So I think that's coming at D23, and X-Men is coming at D23. And of course, maybe another character reveal possibly for Doom.
Well, because they can talk about it, because you still won't let Sadie Sink talk about the character. She's not allowed to talk about it. So as soon as she's allowed to talk about it, then they can announce other things.
Well, we'll find out this weekend who she's playing.
Yeah, we will. Mm-hmm.
So
very excited. But I think that's a wrap on the first MarvWars.
Yes. I think
we can obviously talk a lot about what's going on and look forward to future episodes. I know next episode, if right now, I'll just say we're going to be monthly, but no specific early the month, but definitely after D23. But we will have more Star Wars to talk about, since I know we're going to get a view of Starfighter, Ahsoka season 2. And I'm actually going to be pre-screening The Ninth Jedi, the Star Wars Visions spinoff, very soon. So I'll be able to talk about that probably after we record. So looking forward to that. But we're going to start posting stuff in our Walt's Apartment social. So definitely follow us there. If you have any questions, any opinions, anything Marvel and Star Wars, to contact us here at MarvWars. Join our absolutely free Discord, and we will just banter with you. And Craig, dude, welcome to the family, man. This is going to be a fun ride.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I'm glad to be here, and I look forward to interacting with everybody.
Absolutely. And I'm still, everybody knows I've been trying to move down south, so we'll definitely do some nerding out in person, the three of us, and whoever wants to join us.
Are you up in NorCal?
Yeah, I'm in Sacramento.
He's in NorCal.
Okay. Excellent.
And I'm in the Valley. I am in the San Fernando Valley.
Okay.
Trying to make my way down to Courtney. So hopefully
there we go.
Good news on that soon. But we're still so brand new. We don't have an outro, so we don't have a sign off. But we look forward to just nerding out with you guys, and we will see you next month.
How did Stan Lee sign off his there was Excelsior. There was also Make Mine Marvel.
Oh, Make Mine Marvel, yeah.
Or what was it? Oh crap!
Ah, you're on the spot now.
Enough said. Enough said.
Enough said, bub.
Enough said.
Enough said,
That's
bub.
right. Enough said.
We're the best
Good
we
night,
are at what we
everybody.
do.
Yes.
Right.
Good night, everybody.